Good morning, children. Have a good day. Let us continue the chapter. Under that, we have to start chemical disaster. Chemical disasters are caused by a number of causes, such as industrial accidents due to failure of safety systems, misuse of chemical substances for destructive purposes, and natural factors. These disasters have widespread effects and may result from explosion, fire, release of toxic substances, and poisoning. So, if there is any, why this chemical disaster happens? Because of failure of the safety system. The safety system which the chemical industry has to take, they are not taking it very seriously, and due to failure of it, this chemical disaster happens. Then misuse of the chemical substances. And when it happens, it has a very widespread effect or large scale effect, and it can result from explosion, means it can explode, it can catch fire, and always it releases what? Toxic substances and poisons. During this lockdown period, you have to find out, here one question I am giving you, that in the Middle East country where this chemical disaster happened, very massive chemical disaster happened, because some toxic, some chemical items were kept just in an area, and suddenly it got exploded. The Bhopal gas tragedy is one of the worst chemical disasters in India. It occurred in 3rd December 1984. The leakage of a poisonous gas, that MIC, that is methyl isocyanate, from Union Carbide factory, this is the name of the factory, Union Carbide in Bhopal, was the cause of this disaster. More than 3 lakh people were affected by the disaster. Many people killed, baby in the womb, they also died. People got different kind of irritation in their eyes, nose, skin, and there were different variety of sufferings. And not only during that time, after many years also same problem exists in that area, because the poisonous gas remains in the environment for long time. Now, measures to minimize risk. Do not panic and follow the evacuation plan calmly. So what? We should not get panic, and we should try to leave the place as soon as possible according to the government's instruction. Keep the elderly, sick, and other people who cannot walk inside the house, and close all doors and windows tightly. So people who cannot walk, the old aged people or the small babies, we have to keep them inside the house by closing all the doors and windows tightly, because so that the gas cannot enter inside the house. Do not consume uncovered water and food items, and during that time we should take very much care of these things, that we should not intake uncovered food and water, because it is gas and it is spreaded already in the air, and air can enter into your food and water. Very easily it can get mixed. Save the emergency number of fire station, ambulance service, and hospitals. So anytime you need, you can make a phone call to them. So always we have to keep ready the emergency numbers of fire station, ambulance, or any ambulance service and hospitals. Chemical industries should be established away from the residential areas. So any sort of chemical industry are not permitted to installed within the industrial areas. It should be always far from the residential areas. Sorry, not industrial, residential. Disaster management includes those activities that are designed to control disasters and help people to avoid, reduce the effect of, or recover from the impact of disasters. So the work of disaster management is to first to control the disaster and to help the people who are the sufferers, the victims, and to reduce the effect or the recover the people from the impact of the disaster. There are different phases of disaster management. Response and relief. They have to respond as soon as possible and bring relief to the victims. Rehabilitation means the victims has to be taken to any safe area, or they have to evacuate the place as soon as possible. And reconstruction, suppose if any sort of disaster has come, like any cyclone hit or flood has come, then reconstruction of building or road or electric poles, any sort of reconstruction they have to. Mitigation and preparedness. Importance of disaster management. Disasters are inevitable and we cannot do anything to prevent them. Disaster preparedness, however, is in our hand. So, children, disasters, nobody wants any sort of disaster, whether it is natural or human-made. But don't have control over it. So, we cannot do anything to prevent them. So, what we have to do? We have to prepare ourselves. Only this is in our hand. Herein lies the importance of disaster management. Disaster management teams can avert a disaster, organize quick rescue and relief operations, and undertake rehabilitation programs. So the disaster management people, what they do, why this group is very important during this such a calamity time, because they can lessen the impact of disaster by organizing quick rescue to the victims and the relief operations, either serving with food, fresh water, medicines, and taking them to the rehabilitation places. The worst effects of a disaster can thus be prevented by preparedness, early warning system, and quick responses. So recently you might have heard that some places in Mumbai, they were going to hit by the cyclone and there was high alert for heavy rainfall. Then people in the low areas, they were taken beforehand by the disaster management group to the upside, to the rehabilitation centers, so that their life can be saved. Role of government in disasters management. In India, apart from the local communities and organizations, the government plays a vital role in disaster management. So, other than the local communities and this disaster management organizations, the government also plays a very important role. Disaster management teams are formed at a district, state, and national levels. So at 3 different levels the disaster management teams are formed. The government is responsible for drawing up of disaster management plans and their proper implementation. So it is just in the hand of government. The government has the responsibility to make the disaster management plan and to implement these plans properly. When a disaster strikes, the basic responsibility of rescue, relief, and rehabilitation lies with the state government. So, whenever any disaster comes, then the basic responsibility to rescue the people, to give the relief, and to bring them in the rehabilitation center, these all lie upon the state government. The center provides financial, logistic support in case of any severe disaster. So everything is provided by the central government. So today, children, up to here. Thank you. Have a nice day.